hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 148. I forgot what the show name was for a second there. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
Shin Hayata walking around with his Tesla.
I know! I know! God, he's come a long way since the days of he was in the squad. This is his, witness protection thing for, all the things he testified about what Ide did.
Ide did those things.
Ide did those things. We are not joined by Brad this week. He is at Combo Breaker right now, or I suppose not right now as you're listening to this. If any listeners were at Combo Breaker, you might have seen him. He was the one who looked like a gamer.
No, I do think that's probably most people there, to be fair.
I just love that anecdote. That's staying. That's staying. Brad looks like a gamer. It's confirmed. It's canonical now.
He said, when you record tomorrow, let the people know I'm drunk as shit, and got 25th place out of 512 at the mystery game. He said that at 11 p.m. EST.
Yeah, and then at 8 a.m. GMT.
That was 3 minutes later.
No, I was gonna say he's the pipes burst in his hotel.
Oh.
Water pipes burst in his hotel. The fucking photos
I was talking about the shirt he posted, but I didn't see.
Oh yeah, the shirt he posted is pretty killer. But the thing happening on Blue Sky was in the middle of the fucking night. Brad was like, "There's a huge, just black spot in the middle of this this hallway where it's just extremely damp." Apparently none of his shit is damaged, so that's nice. It's a real good shirt. If I drop this combo, I'll kill myself. Big white letters. We watched some more Gridman without Brad. 3 more episodes of Gridman. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about Gridman.
Yeah.
It's a cool show. It's like the last week we were like, well, how, I wonder how involved the parents are gonna be. Very. Apparently.
Yeah.
This is the kids and their parents show. I'm a fan.
Also not said last week that I realized in the intervening days. I realized we kind of have a soft Ultra Q trio setup here.
Yes,
including the fact
true.
one of them is just called Ipe.
One of them is just called Ipe. Naoto is no Jun is the problem.
No.
Imagine
in fact, in some ways, it almost feels like they have to take out the Jun charisma in order to make him a person who can be a vessel for Gridman.
Yeah, if Jun was here, he'd just handle that on his own. He'd fist fight a virus.
Meanwhile, you can Ipe get to do all the cool shit. Yeah. What episode was it the one where Gridman's like, Naoto, we gotta go, and Naoto's like, okay.
It's so I don't remember which one it is, but his delivery of okay killed me. I was like, no. Oh,
we gotta post on the accounts, I think. Gridman is episode 6.
I will do. I'll post that. I should do. You are correct. It's so good. Well, I've got some summaries here.
Yeah, let's go.
If we'd like to get into the episodes. Episode 4 is called A Runaway Car, featuring Stealth Gan, or Stealth Gun, depending on what subs you've got. Stealth Gan? I don't know.
Yeah.
A guy who is not Shin Hayata goes on the news to talk about how a hacker sent a threatening fax to the news network last week. Serialized fiction. And he calls the hacker dumb and says there's no fucking way that moron could hack into my driverless car. Takeshi is watching, and he's like, "Excuse me, I'll hack into your driverless car." The guy who is not Shin Hayata is an important man at the network, and Naoto's dad is supposed to be joining him on a corporate golf trip tomorrow. Unfortunately, not Hayata is extremely punctual and demanding and likes to call everyone stupid. And Naoto's dad is habitually late for everything. Meanwhile, Naoto's parents figure out that he's been skipping cram school, and his dad grounds him in a very funny scene where they talk about a man's obligations. When not Hayata comes calling in the morning, he's made to wait 1:20 seconds, an unacceptable delay fit only for idiots, as he tells Naoto's mother. As not Hayata is...
I mean, it's not even a full color timer length.
Exactly. It's 1:20 seconds is also, it's not even Leo's color timer.
Yeah, it's like half of that.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Oh fuck! I was just remembering the morning routine video now. Kill kiss, the fucking speed up fight. Oh man, 6:59 into 7 a.m. Like it's a video game. The fucking where were we? Where was I? Yes, as not Hayata is bragging about his car that has a computer in it. Stealthgan, a monster made by Takeshi and Khan Digifa, manages to infiltrate the system and takes control of the car. Now, not Hayata and Naoto's dad are stuck in a runaway car. Naoto has to evade his mum and brother to sneak off to Junk, where Yuka and Ippei have installed voice control. But it doesn't work for them. It only works for Naoto. Naoto merges with Gridman and they enter the... This might... I don't know. I can't remember which... Naoto merges with Gridman and they enter the car computer to fight Stealthgan. Yuka creates a program to bypass Stealthgan's invisibility, and Gridman is able to win the fight. The car returns to normal just in time for Naoto's dad to take the wheel and hit the brakes, narrowly preventing the death of the silly police officer from last week. Not Hayata gets dressed down by the police while he yells like, "Don't you know who I am?" etc. At dinner, Naoto's mum is very proud of dad. Naoto almost tries to take the credit, but figures even beyond being a bad idea, nobody would even believe him. The end.
Yeah.
That's the episode.
He has the thankless job of having a secret identity.
Yeah,
which
the superhero genre, it's here at last.
Imagine having to actually deal with the secret identity in your show.
Exactly. Fuck. The Heisei era has arrived, and Tsuburaya woke up and was like, "Wait, hang on, what have we been doing?" Well, hang on just a minute. So yeah, we got I like this episode. This feels like the first episode where we're really digging into Naoto's dad as a guy. We got hints of him in episode 3, but he's a funny. I love Naoto's dad so much after this episode. He's great. I love the scene where he comes back from he gets, because early in the episode he gets dressed down for being late, or saying good morning when it's actually the afternoon by not Hayata, and then he's told, you have to get you got that golf trip tomorrow. It's shit, and he's feeling so much pressure, and then he sits down with the golf club to talk to Naoto about and Naoto's like, well, yeah, but we experience we men experience, so there are things a man must do. We experience so much pressure and obligations. And Naoto's dad is just he's just holding the golf club, considering, I understand. I really do. You're grounded.
Yeah.
Great delivery.
It's funny the degree to which it's also kind of unsaid that he's grounding him on his mom's behalf.
Yeah. he doesn't really... he's like invested in his kids in like a sort of like, oh, I really don't want to be embarrassed way, but not, but like the degree to which he's a parent is limited, and he just gets deployed here as like, you know, you got to hit the button. You're hitting the button that's
the
the
dad's
grounding.
job.
Yeah, you got to do the dad's job.
Also, Daichi might be excellent.
Oh, great kid, great Ultraman kid.
Just the way he comes in after like his dad like grounded Naoto, and he's like, man, all my male role models suck.
He's got such a clear vision of like, it's like, I think my family might be failing me. Just inserting this incredible self-awareness into like what, an 8-year-old. It's fantastic.
Also, just like he has the golf club in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, he's got the golf club. Well, is that he says, yeah, it was just in here, and his dad's like, oh, you didn't take it. Oh, good. And I'm like, did he not take it? Are you sure about that?
I thought that was gonna be like a toilet plunger joke, but no, he just left it in the bathroom.
Yeah,
which is a very real thing to happen.
It is. I like the idea of him walking out of the room after the conversation with Naoto, going to the bathroom, and then just leaving it there. Be like, let me put those thoughts aside.
I also enjoy that the mom is like clearly more strong-willed than the dad, to the degree that she's indignant at him being
insulted. Yeah. This is like this is also like very real in the sense of like so someone who is like at the job and familiar with like, no, I really can't talk back to this asshole. You can, yeah. And then like coming out and his wife being like, did you hear what he said about you? I'm gonna go give him a piece of my mind. Like, no, stop. Like, and then, this is how we pay for things.
And then Daichi's like, man, I wish my dad wasn't such a pushover.
It's great.
And then he snitches on Naoto as he sneaks away.
Uh-huh. He does. Oh, he is a little snitch.
While the car hijacking is happening, there's like Naoto trying to run from his mom and brother, and he eventually sneaks away when they find his dad in the car situation.
Yeah. They chase him quite a way.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's kind of incredible this car didn't hit anyone.
Yes. There are a lot of like just like fairly basic just car stunt stuff in this episode that is like I again kind of entering, this was maybe not the case in the 90s. But today, this is a more relevant anxiety.
Yeah.
Is, what if a car was driven by a computer and it sucked?
It's almost like the Silicon Valley types keep on making the Torture Nexus.
They do.
After reading the novel, it says, don't make the Torture Nexus.
Yeah. I think it's really funny that we like collectively as a culture, we kind of picked sci-fi as the real victim of that. And that is true. That is true. But also, it's the fantasy, it's the Lord of the Rings, it's the companies named after things in Lord of the Rings that are the really Palantir. Evil ones. Yeah. Yeah. I like this again, these episodes always have, you know, stakes involving like characters in the show, and so the car, you know, him in the car trying, you know, as his boss is panicking and like climbing into the back seat and being like, you do it. I don't want to die. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like Shin Hayata's turn as an arrogant asshole.
Yeah.
I realize that's not Shin. What's his name? There we go. I think of that actor as Shin Hayata. That's his name in my mind. Which is very unfair.
He was possessed by Shin Hayata in the way that Shin Hayata was possessed by Ultraman.
Yeah. When he returned in The Return of Ultraman, was that Ultraman doing the Ultra 7 thing of creating a Shin Hayata body for himself? Or was that him collecting Shin Hayata from Earth and then flying back into space?
I think the thing is, they never say, because they never...
Here's the thing. I'm happy they never address this, because that lets me sit here and think, well, what if? I mean, he does look older.
Yeah. Shaking hands in the corner of the screen.
In the corner, yeah. Giving the really half-hearted smiles that they give each other. No, not half-hearted, like earnest in like a very strange way. What a great scene. I really liked the opening of this episode, Takeshi's motivation in this episode. Fucking Death Note type shit. Guy goes on the TV and says, the guy who sent a fax into the TV network station, I challenge him. And Takeshi's like, I can't back down from that. I gotta do it.
Khan Digifer also doesn't want to back down from that.
Khan Digifer also doesn't want to back down from that. Maybe their personalities are crossing over.
Perhaps.
Ultraman style. We mentioned the fight. I don't have many thoughts about the fight. They have the little invisibility gimmick. Yuka manages to make it uninvisible, and Gridman wins. That's kind of the extent of my thoughts on the fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the battle rages.
The battle rages. It is what it is. I'm realizing we might not. We don't know who made this episode.
Yeah, I ain't bothered checking. It's fine.
This might be something we just check in with Brad next week.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that. Do you have your stuff for this episode?
Gridman suit actor is Kunitoshi Endo, who doesn't seem to have a long career. Either he doesn't. I think this is like one of his first jobs, and then he doesn't have a long career because he ends up passing away in a stunt accident in 1998.
Oh no! Well, that's sad.
Yeah. Stealth Gan's suit actor is Atsuya Nishimura. Since he's a recurring character, I guess, Officer Koganamura, played by Shoichi Komatsu.
Let's go. He's in all. I think he's in all three of these episodes.
Yeah, I think so. And also, may as well. The narrator is Yuji Machi, who apparently will go on to do the grunts for Ultraman Tiga.
Okay. As in when Tiga grunts, that's his voice.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be listening out for those. I'll be like, yeah, you know, I can tell. That's the Gridman narrator. You can hear it in his grunt. What else is there to say about this episode?
I mean, yeah, the driving scene is just fun. It's just good set piece.
Yeah, there's funny gag with the police officer is taking someone across the road.
Yes, a guy in a wheelchair, and leaves him in front of the car. Because of the fucking car chase. He goes after him on the bike.
He does. And then the fucking he's under threat of being Christined by this car. into the fucking wall.
There's a non-zero chance this ends up in one of our like top 3 shows that we've covered.
It's good. It's good. I like it. And you know, as I say, we get a little. We were like sort of like teasing out, sort of like, yeah, there's some family characters here. You know, they might be, you know, hopefully they're relevant. They're very relevant. They're like always present. The threat of, you know, as we'll see next episode.
Which unfortunately we can't say about Soaring Sky per year.
No, we can't. Remember Soaring Sky Precure, the anniversary show that had some big ideas.
Remember when Sora briefly joined the Magic Kingdom CAA for like 2 episodes?
Like 2 episodes. I was like, oh my god, this show's gonna be amazing. And then no, it wasn't really a big deal.
It's alright. Detective Precure is good.
It is. My profile picture is Arcana Shadow with the glasses disguise.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's you know, I don't wear glasses, so it's stolen valor, but it was stolen valor for her, so it's relevant. Episode 5 of Gridman is called "The Perfect Sword with a Man's Pride," featuring Bagheera. This episode's so stupid.
Yeah.
Ipe could use a bite to eat. His favorite bakery had run out of their special, extremely stupid-looking hot dog, where the sausage is way too long for the bun, and he refuses to eat basically anything else that evening. He doesn't eat. He goes to bed, and then in the morning he skips breakfast because he's late. And then lunch is cancelled for some strange reason, so he could eat a horse. Why was there no lunch? Well, in Takeshi's least tech-related incident yet, he got knocked over by a guy delivering fruit to a shop, and he perceived everyone as laughing at him.
Needs to be said, the guy was saying, hey, get out of the way, and he keeps, like, walking...
Backwards,
not out of the way in any capacity.
Well, Prometheus hadn't released and received backlash yet, so he didn't know which way he should have run. Takeshi, he perceives everyone as laughing at him. He decided to get revenge on all those women who laughed at him, and as we all know, women be shopping. Therefore, Takeshi decided to send the bladed monster Bagheera into the computer system of a food processing center and destroy their conveyor belt infrastructure. This means that there are no more groceries getting delivered anywhere, and so lunch at school was cancelled and they sent everyone home. The trio's mothers are all traveling together to a shop to do Black Friday for rice, while Khan Digifer does an evil laugh like, yes, fight, give in to chaos, spread disorder.
I sure hope that we won't be seeing this in the coming months when fuel shortages run out.
Well, it's, you know, everyone, you know, it's like, you know, Russia's got oil, so they're like, this is kind of a bit of a windfall for them.
Europe has to be like, oh, wait, maybe we were stupid for blowing up Nord Stream.
You know what? Maybe it's water under the bridge. Man. It has been very funny watching various American allies scrambling as they realize they're about to have no money. Anyway. Congratulations to Iran.
Omedeto.
It wasn't fun, but you kind of did it. Our heroes figure out that this must be a Khan Digifer thing, and after a close call where they convince Kana and Daichi to stay out of the basement, they open junk and Naoto merges with Gridman. Gridman finds Bagheera in the system and they fight, but Gridman's final beam move isn't working. Pro wrestling power scaling has entered the ring. The final move doesn't work on the bad guy. and now you gotta get a new move. Ippei, still hungry, can't stop thinking about the special dog and its odd shape. Wait, like a Pokemon Sword and Shield to fight Bagheera. I skipped a line. Like a Pokemon Sword and Shield. Where the fuck was that? I hope I find a clean edit on this. Maybe I won't. Maybe this is all staying in. There we go. Ippei designs a new weapon for Gridman, and Yuka sends it into the grid. Gridman uses the sword and shield to fight Bagheera and cuts off its arms. Takeshi then recalls Bagheera, which is new, and Gridman repairs the processing center's system. The day is saved, and with the announcement that there will be more food delivered tomorrow, our heroes' mothers all tell the cashier, hey, I don't need all this shit after all. Later, Ippei tries a hot dog made by his mum, and he's like, holy shit, this is better than the special dog. And his dad's like, well, yeah, obviously, it's your mother's cooking, moron. Kana, who has a crush on Naoto, tries to feed him a burnt pancake she made earlier, and he runs. Everyone laughs. The end. I found it very funny that Takeshi just was not influenced by any kind of technology this week.
He's just spiteful.
Well, we get the flashback of his perspective of the scene, and most people are just like, you know, all these like middle-aged ladies shopping were just like, oh, poor boy, ha ha ha. Like perfectly gentle, well-meaning stuff, and in his head, it's all like jeering and like really laughing at him, like, oh, look at this fool, this pathetic creature.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ippei's just stupid.
Ippei is so stupid. He's like, if I can't eat my favorite hot dog, which looks like dog shit, by the way. Why is the
special dog? Special dog.
Why is the special dog so long? Why is half of the sausage out of the bun? What are you doing?
And he's just
submit that to Scrandle.
He's just like, man. He does the thing Ma and Todd do to Pico, to his mom, and his mom, all things considered, takes it pretty well, while his dad is like, now hold on a second.
Yeah. He's like, how dare you say that? Because his mom's like, well, you know, oh, you already ate, because they're eating something tonight that he already ate at school. Yeah. And his mom's like, oh, I can't have you eaten the same thing twice. What do you want? And he makes a request, and she's like, I don't have the ingredients for that. Maybe we can, I don't know. And he's like, then forget it. I'm not going to eat, and yours wouldn't taste good anyway.
Just immediate escalation to like, that's so out of pocket.
It's like, what the fuck is your problem?
And then his mom, in the kindness of her heart, just like makes him, you know, spaghetti, and he's like, no, it's a man's pride. I gotta starve myself.
It's a man's pride to simply not eat for like 12 hours. What a moron.
His mom's like, eat breakfast, you haven't had dinner, you stupid child.
He's like, no, I'm gonna be late. You're always gonna be late. Why get up earlier? Anyway. It's and then you got Yuka and Naoto celebrating, like, oh, we get to go home early because there was no lunch, and you see Ippei in the background dying.
Oh man, why'd I have to not eat food the day that all the groceries shut down?
Oh man, I've had there are incidents like that in life, but not quite like this. Not
Yeah.
quite like, oh, why didn't I eat when I had a perfectly reasonable meal prepared for me by someone else for free?
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything. Dumbass.
It being the 90s, the degree to which is clearly like, men go to work and women do the work at home is like clearly delineated.
It's also so because they're all like suburban, and like it's interesting that you've got you have Ippei's parents who are kind of like depicted, compared with everyone else, they're kind of depicted as like vibes based working class. They're the small business owner.
Yeah, they're pretty bourgeois.
Yeah, the petty bourgeois. And then you have Yuka. We get one little glimpse of like Yuka's home life. She's drinking out of fancy teacups. So like, because the family owns a hospital. So like I don't know how profitable that is in Japan. I don't.
But upper class.
I'm not very familiar with private hospitals. But I bet they're doing okay. And so in comparison, Naoto's family, who are like they're suburban, they're middle class, they're doing fine. But we do get them in like eating dinner in this like little room, just little normal, like a fairly normal sized room, but like comparatively, this is not like a really nice place that they've got. This is like this is a house, and because he's an employee in a corporation, and he's a salary man, and he's trying to make his way up, but like he's got to defer to his boss. He's got to be like, oh yes, boss, absolutely, boss. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm late, boss.
Yeah, boss, I do pee and poop every day.
I do every day, all the time. So it's an interesting comparison we have, but they're all basically suburban, and you have this these three the model of the like, well, there will be two parents, the man will go to work, and the woman will cook and do housework and stuff, and the three mothers going like, we have to go wage our war, we have to go fight our battles in the supermarket.
Yeah, they carpool together to go.
Yeah, it's really it obviously I don't think it's pointed, but because I have my perspective, it feels pointed.
I also enjoy the bit like when Ippei goes to school without eating, and his mom is like feeling upset, and meanwhile, because of the all delivery and transport's been shut down, so like they can't actually run their business, and so the dad's like, oh, it's rough, but don't worry, we'll make it. And then she's like, oh, I hope Ippei's really okay, and he's like, wait, you're worried about that?
Ippei's fine. It'll be all right. Don't worry. Yeah. Bagheera. So there is a tech-related thing, obviously, because he has to attack something technological. So you can't actually have an episode without some kind of tech-related thing.
Yeah.
And the tech-related thing is, like food distribution is like computer-based as well. Like you could shut down, you could Shogo Makishima the country. Hyper Oats. By like knocking out this one distribution center. Now, I don't know what the like administrative setup is in the 90s in Japan of these distribution centers, but I bet that it's not a everyone in the prefecture starves situation if, like, there's a malfunction in a machine in one building.
Well, it's heightened for children's television.
It's heightened for children's. It's obviously, it's not, like, going to be logically consistent, but, like, the threat of, like, a driverless car, like this, in the 90s going, like, what if they install computers in cars and, like, we, like, let the computer drive the car for us? What could happen? That's something that has, like, at the time it's not, like, realistic, but it's a real idea. Whereas this is, like, hand wavy, sort of like, kids don't know. It's all right.
And we also have, like, in the current moment, it's more likely than you think.
It is simultaneously more likely than you think. Yeah. Yes, that is true.
It is like again, like I said with the Battle Network stuff, is like they made something that they thought would be fun and entertaining and end up just being true because tech guys are stupid.
That is true.
Or evil.
That is true.
Maybe both, but
the thing I sort of think of with, like, these specific issues is how much isn't actually automated. How much in the world is actually just, like, dressed up as automated, but, like, in a room somewhere there are just people just doing that for, like, no money. And so, like, there is a degree to which this feels imagined, but then again, it's kind of forward thinking in that way, thinking of, like, threats of the future. Like, what if a conveyor belt stopped working in a building and now we couldn't, like, no one could get money, no one could get food. So, it's in that sense, I guess, and it's a sci-fi show.
But perhaps Gridman is somehow the most spiritual successor to Ultra 7 by being a show of actual social commentary.
Yeah. It's an actual science fiction show that does what science fiction shows do.
Instead of being pretending to be a superhero show with a sci-fi.
Yeah. Bagheera is cool. Yeah. I like Bagheera.
We like the knife guys.
We do like the knife guys. Sorry. I was thinking of Melty Blood. We do like the knife guy. Wi-Fi is okay if you're close to the router. The Sword and Shield.
Condigifor's plan is disrupted by having delay-based netcode.
Oh, man. That would be good. This is the second week in a row we've joked about Carnage for interfering with fighting games. So we get the first upgrade that we've seen for Gridman in this episode.
Ridiculous scene as Ippei, cartoon style, is so hungry he hallucinates this hot dog and is like, wait a minute, I got it. Something that's maybe, like, tangentially related at best. It's a stretch.
It's so crazy. His hunger generates the image of food which looks a bit like a sword and a shield if the sword was stored in the shield, which no sword and shield is ever in real life.
But in an anime. Or Tokyo.
But in anime, it could be. It's the actual sword and shield are pretty cool. I do like them. Yeah. It's the classic design where the sword is stored in, you draw it from the shield like it's the sheath. And he cuts off the Kaiju's arms, Bagheera's arms, and then Takeshi recalls Bagheera again. Something we haven't seen.
Yeah.
This show is just constantly just like gesturing towards, you know, this is not something where you can pick up like a week and just kind of get it. Like it's like it is, but at the same time, there will be continuity. There will be things that are relevant from week to week, in a way that isn't true in Ultraman so far.
Like, there's a degree to which this is like, well, this is kind of not Ultraman.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's doing all the Ultraman things, but also, I guess by not actually being Ultraman, is able to do a lot of not Ultraman things that maybe Ultraman should do.
Uh-huh. I have been very pleasantly surprised by how much Gridman is not just technically not Ultraman. There is also significant like formal difference between Gridman and Ultraman. And maybe you have to have watched a lot of Ultraman to think that these are significant differences. But because we have, they seem significant to us. So yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what the process is about.
That's the project. That's the whole project. So we get to see this for the first time this week as well. I think this might have been in the first episode, but when Gridman cuts off Bagheera's arms, we get to see they have added a texture for like dismembered, like a dismember texture that looks like wiring or something on the kaiju where the sever is, to like illustrate that the kaiju is not flesh and blood. The kaiju is like a digital creature. It's cool. I like it. I'm a fan. There's just a very clear vision with Gridman. Again, in a way, sometimes there isn't in Ultraman. Like in Ultraman, it's often like, you know, you get stuff like your Leos and your aces that start out with like they have these ideas, but like Return of Ultraman, Taro, Ultra 7 is like so much of like people working on shows like who aren't really talking to each other about what the show should be.
Yeah.
And just, you know, always looking very different, and not in like sometimes you get a special episode where they brought in like this interesting director, like in a sort of like no one can make up their minds about what the show is.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if and where that shifts into being like more internal consistency, because I think we see, like, putting aside the quality aspect, I think we see in the skipping the cues, there's at least like more like the writers are on the same page and talk to each other.
Yeah, there is a clear vision of what the show is, what it's about.
Even if sometimes the vision gets cloudy halfway through the show.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes it gets good.
Sometimes the vision is just like
we'll spin our wheels for
because
2/3.
It's like really light and you can't really see much.
Oh yeah. That's the vision. The vision is to damage the vision of everyone watching the show. Why does their office look like that? Why? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Are they not? Do they not have to pay an electricity bill? Like, so I don't know who made this episode, director, writer wise, but special effects and stuff wise, you know.
Yeah. Gridman suit is Hiroki Okano. Bagheera suit actor Choshio Miyake. Originally, I think the tail was going to be a boomerang. And also, Junk's voice actor is Junko Shimakata.
I think the tail being a boomerang is... I assume they mean the tail was a boomerang instead of him being like the blade guy.
I think it may have been as well as, but also like the problem is
I think yeah.
I'll talk about this in the next one as well. The Japanese wiki is giving a lot of description for draft designs, but I don't find the images anywhere, even though they're like sourced to like an art book.
I see.
So
there's some bad like sourcing happening, maybe.
Yeah, or he's citing like an actual art book, so I'm like, well, I think this is true, but I don't have the visuals to show you.
You can't see it anywhere.
Yeah, which is not true of like previous shows, which is unfortunate.
The final expression of the middle classness of our heroes' families is the grand victory where actually there will be food delivered, and in celebration all three of our heroes' mothers look at the woman behind the counter and go, well, I don't need all this actually, so you can take it back.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it so much. Oh, this poor cashier.
Yeah, had the worst day of her life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be her and Khan Digifa next. The evil is brewing in her heart, but she's not gonna target tech. I suppose that's why Khan Digifa doesn't team up with her. That's why Khan Digifa teams up with a lonely nerd.
Yeah. He's a force of reaction.
He is. Not that the show knows this.
I mean, I don't think the show thinks he's
It's
a good
not that the
guy.
show doesn't know this. It's not that the show doesn't know this. It's that the show doesn't know what that means.
Yeah.
It's like a force of reaction. I'm pretty sure he's the one setting events into motion often. Is the show's position. Do we want to talk about episode 6?
Yeah.
Watch the next time on for this episode. I think I'm not going to watch the next episode previews for this show, because it's a perfectly reasonable thing to include in like a next episode preview back then, because people weren't like spoiler brained about everything. But I was like, I saw the next episode preview and I was like, okay, so they included the tiny woman in here. I think I would have really popped off if the tiny woman had shown up when I was watching the episode.
Yeah.
Episode 6 is called A Terror Melody, featuring Anocillus. Takeshi is out and about getting really mad at the very thought of Gridman, and the sound of people enjoying themselves in a music shop interrupts him from his hatred, so he walks in, slams the keys on a keyboard a little, and leaves. He returns home and decides to create killer music by reviving Bagheera and sending it to a music shop, creating some kind of amplified signal that can kill people with sound waves wherever there are musical instruments. Khan Digifa is like, kid, I knew it. I knew you had it in you. Let's cook. Meanwhile, while clearing out cupboards, Naoto's dad finds his electric guitar and he starts playing it instead of doing his original task. Same, man.
Worth noting, he's doing this all himself and his kids are just watching.
Yeah, he's like, kids, do you want a hand with this? And they like comically poke their heads out at different heights around the door and go like, oh, no. It's really good. He explains that he met the boy's mother at a school festival performance. Speaking of, Mum returns, and she's like, honey, you haven't done the fucking thing "Oh my god, your guitar. How nostalgic." Together, they explain that on their first date, he had told her about the sound fairies who reflect the emotions of the performer into the music, and that's why it's best to play when you are at peace. Naoto tells the rest of the gang about this, and Yuka's like, "Wow, I didn't take your dad for a romantic." They then wonder, and I think this is the bit of the episode where I'm like, Gridman's got it. They then wonder, could sound fairies be real? If there's such a thing as a computer world, and Khan Digifer, and hyper agents, then why not a sound fairy? This conversation leads them to a new idea. Let's get a digital keyboard and use junk to make music. At the music shop, Ippei sets about convincing the owner to give them a huge discount, which is his special skill, apparently. He's got a fucking, Mal, I'm sorry, I wrote this summary before I remembered that Brad wasn't going to be here, so this joke isn't for you. Plus one sentence, I always get a discount when I buy parts for junk. At this point, a digital keyboard starts emitting awful killer music, and everyone has to flee the shop, though Ippei remembers to take a keyboard with him. That'll be important later. What was that? What was that? What was that incident? That was the work of Takashi. Takashi and Dekan Digifer had restored Bagheera, sent it into the keyboard systems, and then encountered a new kaiju, Anosyllis, which was defending the keyboard. Takeshi then took over the Anosyllis by playing his own piano and corrupting it with evil chords. Using Anosyllis, Takeshi executes his plan, creating a signal that makes musical instruments into evil killer music transmitters. It's up to our heroes to stop him. The gang return to Junk, and, they have to deal with Khan and Daichi again, who are getting close to figuring out the whole junk thing. Naoto merges with Gridman and heads in to fight Anosyllis. But a tiny woman called Unison appears and explains that Anosyllis is a good kaiju that has been corrupted and must be saved instead of destroyed. Ippei and Yuka are like, is that a fucking sound fairy? Yes, it is. Unison's attempt to save Anosyllis fails because of Takashi's evil piano chords. So Ippei and Yuka plug in their own keyboard and play the healing melody of the Gridman theme. Anosyllis is saved and restores all the musical instruments to their pure sounds. Naoto's mum and dad are saved, as are the music shop owner and the funny cop who keeps showing up. As thanks for saving the day, Unison and Anosyllis upgrade Gridman's sword. The end. Yeah, that's the end of the episode.
His sword becomes an axe, and it's not really addressed or used because it happens after.
He's got a Monster Hunter switch axe now.
Oh, that's true. Gridman invented the switch axe.
Gridman invented the switch axe.
Or maybe it's a charge blade. We'll see.
Oh no, you're right. It is the charge blade. You're right, because it's the axe when it's plugged into the shield. That's true. Man, Monster Hunter's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I should play those 3DS games.
I should play those games.
There's a lot of them. So yeah, that's the episode. Wild episode.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it's funny that Takeshi brainwashes the kaiju by playing Spins Wheel. Insert your favorite genre of music.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what a coincidence! That's my least favorite genre of music too. When they're like, we're gonna play healing music, and they just play the melody of the Gridman theme, I was losing it. It was so good. So right at the start of this episode, we kind of open on Takeshi. I love the complete indignity of being angry about things. is really well captured.
He's seething in the street, and he decides to just like burst into a shop and slam the keyboard and leave. It's like...
I know, and in his head, I know that was fucking epic, and he owned them. That was some kind of righteous fury that he just expressed. But to everyone else, it's like, why did he do that? Why is he so weird and off-putting? I've been this mad about things. I think it's really good. Him like getting home and decided that he's like, we're gonna create killer music, and Khan Digifer has, again, going back to Death Note, Khan Digifer has the Ryuk reaction at the end of like episode 1 of Death Note. Where, have you seen the Death Note anime?
No.
Okay.
But I should for Inoue Quest at some point.
For Inoue Quest, you should watch the thing with Death Note is that it doesn't actually posit the question of, oh, would you kill people if you had a Death Note? It's simply like the worst person who could possibly get a Death Note gets a Death Note. And so like at the end of episode 1, like Ryuk shows up like, so yeah, I like dropped off my Death Note and like you picked it up. What have you been up to? And Light tells him what he's been up to, and Ryuk's like, holy shit, I struck gold. And so that's kind of what happens here. Khan Digifer, like, Takeshi's describing his plan to Khan Digifer, and Khan Digifer is like, oh, hell yeah, bro. Let's go. Killer music. It's good shit.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. This is just making me want... there is an extent to which this show is making me go like, oh, I should watch Death Note. I should rewatch Death Note.
The Death Note of Ultraman.
The Death Note of Ultraman. Yeah, I mean, it's the call out, in that first episode, the call out scene where the guy is like challenging Takeshi to hack his car is like that scene is just in Death Note. It's man. Okay, so I mentioned in the summary the thing where I'm like, I think Gridman's got it. This scene where the gang hang out and they're talking about like, oh yeah, my dad was telling us about like sound fairies.
Yeah.
And they sit there and they say, well, you know what? That's not actually that much of a stretch now for us.
Yeah.
I think is like amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
Their minds have just been so opened by like, well, anything could be real now.
Like how many shows have you seen that's with like, I've discovered this thing is real, but everything else that's fake.
Yeah, yeah. The amount of time that the Ultraman Ace team spent telling children, I think you're making that shit up. When they're a special team made to fight things that are made up for children. So yeah, that's kind of like a really good beat to hit in this episode, is just like these kids just being like actually reckoning with what it means that Gridman exists. And the conclusion of this conversation being like, one of them suggests, oh, we should use junk to make music. They're such good, just like teenagers, man.
I think this is the episode where they actually, either this or the last episode is the one where they actually get a microphone attached.
Uh-huh. Oh, like, it's one of these. I think it's the one before. Yeah.
It's like, well, we don't want to just keep typing into talk to Gridman.
Uh-huh. So yeah, what it coming back to like, hey, our shared interest is junk. What if we used, we're using junk to make music? We could do that. Just like
Our shared interest in Chunk is see every YouTuber ironic anime podcast.
There you go. I really like just that whole scene, and that comes off the back of like a really nice scene with Naoto's mom and dad as well.
Like another one.
What was that?
Takeshi playing the new Drake albums for Noisler.
Oh no, both of them. What a fucking loser, man.
I do not claim him as my own. Even if I'm technically from the 6.
Yeah.
Which I still don't know why he called it that.
I don't know.
I ended up finding out later in life that there's apparently an understanding of like a quote-unquote Toronto accent that's like fake patois, and like, I've lived in the GTA my whole life. I've never heard anyone speak like that.
Well, it was sort of like, a lot of like the thing that's like, his like, oh, that's like Toronto stuff. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say yes or no, because it sounds a lot like, you just sound like black British kids that I've met. I'm like, there's just like a lot of slang that I'm like very familiar with, and I'm like, well, I guess Canada was a British colony. I guess it's a Caribbean thing.
It's not that we don't have a lot of Caribbean people here in Toronto.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I assume it's a Caribbean thing, and I'm like, okay, but like, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm just not gonna step. I'm not gonna wade in. The Naoto's mom and dad. I quite like the moment where Naoto's. We rapped fast. What is he talking about?
I think he must have assumed the call ended, but it didn't.
What is Brad seeing that we're not seeing? Sorry, Brad is messaging the Discord. I don't know if this is making it into the episode. Anyway. Naoto's mum and dad have this scene where like Naoto's mum is talking about she's mad at him initially. She's like, why haven't you fucking done this? And then like mid-sentence sees the guitar and instantly just like overwhelmed with like the same nostalgia that the dad felt. Just immediately sits down next to him and is like, oh my god, is that like your guitar from back then? It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's nice. You see why they're like actually a couple. It's not just like The Simpsons type shit. It's this is actually
don't worry.
Nice couple.
You know, Homer and Marge love each other because they've had like 15 different backstory episodes. They're all mutually incomprehensible.
Oh, of course.
Like when they eventually had an episode showing them in university in the 90s, when previously the show existed in the 90s. Yeah.
Well, they just got to keep updating the backstory. Eventually, Homer will have been a My Chemical Romance fan. So Anarcillus and the Sound Fairy. So we get a good kaiju.
Yeah.
A kaiju that defends the computer world.
Yeah, a friendly one.
And it has like sound
doesn't look
powers.
like a dogolf.
That's true. He doesn't look cute. They do
make him eviler when he's like brainwashed.
They make him eviler. Yeah.
But that's just
But,
more
like,
to
he
like
doesn't look...
compare, like, to, so you know.
Yes. He doesn't look baseline. His base form is not like, ooh, cute pet. It is firmly in the kaiju realm. They don't, if they wanted to maybe make him, if they wanted to say, like, communicate that, oh, this is a good guy, they're not say, instead of making him speak Huttese, they make him speak English.
He's his own man, okay?
He's his own man. Man. What the fuck is going on over there? What's going on in Star Wars? What are they doing? Jeremy Allen White the Hutt.
He needs to prove himself to everyone.
He needs to prove himself to everyone. And this kaiju has a friend, the sound fairy, called Unison. Named after the best Hololive song, Unison, by Hosho Marine, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Which I won't be playing in this episode because I think it's maybe a little too... I feel like that's pushing it. There are things that are pushing it and things that aren't pushing it in my brain, and that's pushing it.
Yeah. Like when you put Down with the Sickness in the episode we talked about the one, that was important.
That was important. It is pushing it, but it's important. And so, whereas Unison, I can just sit here and say, hey, listener, you want to hear a bang?
I do think you're more willing to push it when we had a terrible ED in the Ultraman season.
That's true. That's really true. It really is that simple. When I don't like the song, I will look for any excuse to switch it out. Which is a testament to the fact that the song, the ED, the actual song for Ultraman Kids was good. Because even though I found it really annoying to actually put at the end of the episode, I didn't switch it out.
Yeah.
So Unison shows up, and she's a tiny little woman in this digital world.
I almost want to say she's regular size, just because she looks like the size Gridman is before he goes big.
That's true. But this is also tiny. I guess Gridman is also tiny. Size is so relative.
Yeah.
But I guess she's not tiny. She's normal size. The normal size woman Unison.
The normal size Unison in your computer.
The normal sized woman that lives in your computer and protects the sound that's coming from it. Okay, no, actually. Now, she doesn't necessarily live in a computer. Like, she's in a computer right now. But she's just a sound fairy generally. Presumably an acoustic instrument, there are sound fairies that assist there. I assume. Unless Naoto's dad is suggesting that sound fairies didn't exist until we'd invented electric instruments. Which would be a really funny thing to assert.
This reminds me, there's like a conversation in You and Echo episode 3 between Battler and Beatrice's mentor, who calls herself Virgilia. And she's like, insert Schrodinger's cat reference, blah, blah, blah. She has the conversation with him. It was like, of how to approach debating Beatrice when he just like witnessed the huge fuck off magic battle and doesn't know how to deal with.
Ball.
And she's like, well, how does a TV work? And he's like, oh yeah, there's like the brawn tubes, etc., etc. and it's like, well, have you ever looked at a TV? And he's like, no. And then she's like, well, I think that actually there's little gremlins inside the TV that make it work.
Uh-huh.
And basically she makes him work backwards from that to like use that in a way to like defend against assertions of magic. But basically I did think about that scene when he's done with the sound berries.
Yeah. It's also funny that he says that therefore it's important that you feel at peace when you play music. And I'm like, we're not listening to the same bands, man. That's not true. I don't think that's true at all.
He's like, that's not real music.
It's not real music if you're sad when you strum your guitar. It's not real music if you're mad about something. Yeah. So Unison is like, don't kill the kaiju. It's a friend.
Yeah.
Gridman, I think this is pretty good, is that Gridman keeps hesitating because he's like, this is like, the kaiju's coming at me, I gotta fight it, and he's like, oh, this is an opportunity, I could kill it, and Unison has to keep saying, no, I'm telling you don't. I like that sort of like Gridman's instinct, even when told don't do it. His instinct is, well, I have to fight the kaiju. That's my job.
Yeah, he's a cop.
He's a cop. He's a hyper agent. Yeah, I've seen on TV. He's a computer cop. And we get the music battle, which is wonderful. I'm so happy. Just the teenagers on different ends of an internet connection, playing keyboard at each other, until one of them wins. It's good.
Yeah.
And then the end of the episode, they take the keyboard back to the shop, and he's like, "So can I get a discount on this?" 'Cause,
I like this. I like this. Apparently, eBay's special talent.
Yeah, he just talks at people until they give him a discount. I don't think it's like any kind of charisma. I think he's just wearing them down.
We need to get him to the bazaar and see like how he haggles.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I just love the fact that they meet the guy that's gonna be selling them the instrument, and then Naoto and Yuka literally turn to Ippei and like within like the guy's not walked off or anything. They just look at Ippei and say, "Go on, persuade him to give us a discount." Like he knows what's happening. That's good. But Takeshi is defeated, and Bagheera's still out there, I think.
Essentially.
No?
I have no idea.
Oh, he had to... Did Gridman win a fight at the end of this episode or not? I can't remember. Anyway, they upgrade Gridman's sword, and he's got a sword axe. He's got the charge blade now.
Yeah.
It's a complicated weapon. You think he'll have to look up some YouTube tutorials for how the charge blade works.
Yeah. He's like, man, I wish I had like insect glaive.
I wish I just had a fucking long sword right now. I'd just be so easy. I think I've said this on, but I think the next time I play a Monster Hunter, I'm doing Gunlance.
Gunlance seems cool.
It seems so cool. It's just so, I think at some point, I think maybe it was playing Final Fantasy XIV, something clicked in my head when I was like, oh, tanking's cool. I like doing tank stuff. And so, like, the idea of, like, big fuck-off shield and then the gun lance, I'm just like, yeah. That's fucking good. Is there anything else to say about this episode until I ask who made it?
No, I don't think so. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah. Who did make it then? We don't know writer, director, but special effects?
Yeah, I got Gridman suit actor Kunitoshi Endo and Osiris suit actor Toshio Miyake. Apparently the name was derived from Anoshiru, which is a word that kaiju designer Kazumitsu Akamatsu believed meant resonance, was actually a word that he made up and didn't exist, and he just imagined it.
That's so funny.
Other proposed names were Soundler and Gongler.
What are we going to do about these guys?
The design was apparently based off a seashell, which was somehow derived from initially starting from a speaker-based design, and other early draft designs combined seashells with other musical instruments, like a wind instrument or a gong. Again, this is like cited to a Gridman art book, which I didn't have access to.
Yeah. That could have been cool, though.
Yeah. The Gongler.
The Gongler. They're calling me the Gongler.
As opposed to the Noisler.
You said the Soundler, and I was like, well, that's the Noisler too. Yeah. That's the sequel. Do you have any color timers for these episodes?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Bagheera is suit actor Atsuya Nishimura because Toshio Miyake was Anoshiris, and Unison was played by Eri Takeuchi.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, now for real. Color timers. Episode 4, small 30 seconds, then big 4 minutes 3 seconds for a total of 4 minutes 33 seconds. Episode 5, small 56 seconds, big 4 minutes 35 seconds for a total of 5 minutes 31 seconds. And episode 6, 1 minute, small 1 minute 28 seconds, big 7 minutes 43 seconds for a total of 9 minutes 11 seconds.
Fantastic. Wow. That might be Gridman for this week. I had a good batch of episodes. Yeah. IMO. I'm looking forward to more Gridman. I'm liking this show so far. And I've never, ever been betrayed by a Tsuburaya show that started good.
Definitely not.
Never in my life. Remember when we talked for hours and hours about Ultra and Leo?
Their first episode of Leo was crazy.
It was so long. All right. We will be right back in just a second to talk about anything else. I'm going to say that again. I said that's so weird. We're going to be right back in just a second to talk about anything else. Okay. Mal, I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you do anything this week?
No. Did you?
Mal, no.
Okay.
I started Ghost Trick.
Okay. Yeah.
Which because what's happening right now is that I don't really want to be sat at my computer between the hours of, I would say, noon till 7, 8 p.m. Because it's too fucking hot right now in this room. It sucks. My windows, I was like, we're going to find out what my flat is like at 30 degrees this weekend. My windows face west. My room is perfectly lovely and cool while I'm at fucking work on a weekday.
Oh.
And so, like, this morning, it was very nice. I was playing Trails in the Sky. I'm in Bose. I'm having a good time. I'm, screwing around with my augment setup. Enjoying that game. Doing side quests. Once again, Trails in the Sky, second chapter, is a game about doing side quests. It's good. I like it. But then I hit, like 12:30, and I'm like, ugh, I gotta step away. I gotta turn off my computer.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm like right by a window. And like my curtains are shut, but like it's fucking, the glass is getting. Anyway, I step away. I pull out, grab my DS, and I'm like, well, this is time for some DS gaming. So I'm playing Ghost Trick. I'm enjoying Ghost Trick. It's quite there's some interest, like, the one bit of friction I have with Ghost Trick so far is that I have to replay segments, and there is not like I can't hammer through text.
Oh, I see.
That's like the one annoying thing about Ghost Trick. Other than that, I'm having a perfectly nice time with Ghost Trick. For people who don't know what Ghost Trick is, it's made by the Ace Attorney team for the Nintendo DS way back when. And it is not an Ace Attorney game. It is an adventure game. But it is like you're dead. You're this dead guy with very pointy hair, and you are traveling back to 4 minutes before murders, and then trying to prevent them by doing poltergeist shit. And it's good. I quite like it. It's got some really goofy characters in the Ace Attorney way, but it's not this incredibly like cheap like thing that, because like Ace Attorney was like I think must have been like the fact that was a huge success must have been like seeing dollars signs as like, well, the expensive part of this is just writing it and like putting it together. The rest of it is like very straightforward. You've just got like these sprites, and then some adventure game like backgrounds. This game is like fully animated scenes like all the time, and they're so good. They're so good. I was not expecting that.
Did you get the dancing
kind
detective
of thing.
yet?
I hit the dancing detective. He's so good.
With his theme song?
With his theme song, and he comes down the stairs, and one of his guys, the other detectives who have like, one of them's been talking shit about him. The dancing detective arrives, and the guy that was talking shit about him gives him the hardest salute that anyone has ever given. It's really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the game. The actual like solutions and stuff are fairly straightforward so far, but they have like there's intricacies in like they've presented some intricacies in terms of like, well, you can travel down these phone lines, right? And so can you travel down them when you're in like the rewind time? No, unless someone makes a phone call, in which case you can. And so there's kind of like preventing a murder in one room by going to another room, like going to another place by phone line, that kind of thing. And so I'm just like 4 or 5 chapters in or something, and so I'm like, well, I'm looking forward to where this game goes. I don't think it's very long, but like seems good. I'm enjoying it. And like I say, playing Trails in the Sky. It's really good. It's really good. It's so... I can't really talk about story stuff, but like I hit a character moment today where I was just... a character said something that just kind of... feels like it's gestures towards this backstory that feels kind of stock, but it's presented in this context where I start thinking, because I'm so engaged with these characters and thinking about it, I sit back and I sit on that one line that this character has said, and I just think about it for a while and think about like her motivations and why she's wound up on the side she's on. And like suddenly I'm like, this character that I previously thought was like Scheherazade, I was like, well, she's kind of fun. But now just getting this like quick little interaction with her, I'm like, oh, Scheherazade's great. What a great character in this team. Because like, I don't know, why is she with the heroes? That's a good question. It's good.
Nice.
I really like Trials. And the fucking... there is a lot of talking, is the thing.
Call him Christopher Tolkien.
But you don't... Christopher Tolkien. That's him.
No, I said Tolkien.
Christopher Tolkien.
Yeah.
Like Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went Christopher Tolkien.
Yeah, I noticed. That's why I corrected you.
What a land of contrasts. Otherwise, just, watching anime. Watching shit.
I'd watch anything this season.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? I didn't mention I watched the first episode of Akane Banashi.
Okay.
And so, backstory, I've read a lot of the Akane Banashi manga. I fell off at some point, not because I don't like Akane Banashi, but because keeping up with Shonen Jump manga is really weird, because, like, chapters are so short, it's like, keeping tabs on it is like feels so awkward, but at the same time, sometimes you read a Shonen Jump manga and it's like, well, reading this would have made more sense if I'd read it like week to week. Like this whole stretch would have felt like a much more significant chunk of time if I was keeping up with it. But because I wasn't, it feels really crammed and short. So, I don't know. Compare this with like Golden Kamuy, which frequently felt like it was being written to be read long form eventually.
Yeah.
In like volumes. So like that, that's why I fell off Akane Banashi. I want to get back into it, but so I might watch the anime and then start reading again. But it's not finished, so maybe I shouldn't. Episode 1 of Akane Banashi, pretty good. I like it. It's a pretty good adaptation of Akane Banashi. I'm still like I would read the manga, just because but there are some like some good adaptational choices being made in terms of how they interpret how the feeling of the performances is being communicated, because they're still not doing like, the manga is obviously not doing like full Rakugo performances. It's not like writing out the whole story. Yeah. But the anime is sort of like, in anime, because you have like this continuity of time from like second by second in a way, and you can cut around, you can play with that, but unless you want to make every Rakugo performance a montage, you got to be a little more inventive, and I think they've done a pretty good job with that so far. Again, I only watched one episode, but no, 2 episodes. I watched 2 episodes. Of course, I watched 2 episodes. I got to, and it was I liked it. It was pretty good. I recommend Akane Banashi because Akane Banashi is great. Akane is fantastic. I think, if you just want, I keep pitching Akane Banashi as just a manga about like, what if you just want a funny faces machine a machine that creates funny faces. That's Akane Banashi. Read Akane Banashi. A chapter every week on Shonen Jump. Yeah. It's all right. I'm probably going to watch some anime this season. I should be watching the Women Be Drinking.
Yeah, I'm watching
show.
that, though I'm a couple weeks behind.
Coming to Botan.
Yeah.
That show seems good. People keep posting screenshots of that. I'm like, wow, they're like fucking going for it.
Yeah, the girls are gay. In a more explicit way than other girl hobby animes.
Yeah,
it is funny how there's basically in a hobby anime, except the anime is the hobby is drinking, which is maybe not the healthiest thing.
Yeah. So I should maybe be watching that one. They had that episode that apparently like each episode just looks very different or something.
Yeah,
in some way.
There's a lot of like we're taking liberties with just like having different anime directors.
I see.
Just like everyone's just having fun, trying to do different things. And
I should watch people. All my coolest friends are watching Needy Girl Overdose.
Yeah,
so maybe I should watch that.
I still have to start that. But I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I don't have anything finished. I just have stuff that I've like started, basically. Like, I guess yesterday I caught up to Precure after like being like 2 weeks behind perpetually for like a
nice. While. I think I am currently 2 weeks behind because I've had a weird couple of weeks. Yeah, I've had to work events on the weekend the last couple of weeks, and I've just been kind of like woken up on the morning on Sunday and gone like, man, I don't want to fucking do anything.
Yeah.
But I will catch up. I'm liking it. Detective Precure is good.
They're gonna fucking Detective Conan's gonna be in the show.
Detective Conan's gonna be in the show. They're gonna cross over. Let's go. Honestly, that's great. That's such a good idea.
They already like broke the seal with Shin-Chan. So I was like, yeah, might as well.
May as well. I mean, clearly, if you want to do a fun show that we like, you have to do a crossover episode because the last show didn't do a crossover like that, did it?
No.
There you go.
Look, Shin-Chan was with Wonderful Precure.
Yeah, I remember. He met that dog girl. Wonderful Precure was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like another Magical Girl show that started that's for kids. I still haven't gotten far of that, and also I never finished Princession Orchestra from last year, so I got some
the fake Symphogear?
Yeah.
Did people like that one in the end?
I think so.
I mean, I know they like it, but is it?
I just I fell off because it's hard to watch things, and especially when they're long. So I need to find the time to finish it.
Same. Just generally, you'd find
it's still regardless good to see things that aren't Precure in the space because Precure good, but also monopolies are not good.
Exactly.
Let's see what else.
That's how it be.
I'm scrambling just to
Here's the thing: we don't necessarily need to scramble. We've hit 90 minutes. That's a normal podcast length for people who aren't us.
The longest. It's been so long since we had a 90-minute episode.
I'm so happy.
I mean, I've started like Armored Core for my game book club.
That's right.
Which is
Armored Core. Interesting.
Tricky.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I had more money so I could buy more parts.
That's true. Now, do you know that any part you buy, you can sell back for the same price?
Yes, thankfully.
Okay.
However, I am in a position where I'm like, I need some more money still because I don't have duplicates.
Okay.
And
it's yeah. The I think advice. I'm trying to remember Armored Core 1.
I need more missile. I need to get some missiles. I need to get some maybe a new gun, because I only have the default gun.
If you can get a mission that you can... If you can manage to play a mission with, like, if you can get, like, a laser gun, like a plasma gun, energy weapon, firing those don't cost money.
Yeah. I guess that's the thing that's, like, always gets me. It's like, oh, yeah, the thing that also costs money is the fucking ammo.
Ammo costs money. It costs money to make your reticle better. Armored Core is so fucking... Armored Core is intense.
Yeah.
Good luck with Armored Core.
Thank you.
The last level will suck. Don't worry. Everyone has this experience.
Oh, cool.
It's like the worst last level in any game I've ever played.
Yeah. Otherwise, for the RPG podcast I follow, the new season is Skies of Arcadia, so I'm playing that on the Dreamcast. Not very far in that.
How is that?
It's alright. It's got charm.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't not really aware of Skies of Arcadia. Skies of Arcadia feels like a name I would come up with if I was trying to invent generic, like, 90s RPG.
I think that might even be, like, a localized name. I think it might be called, like, Eternal Arcadia in Japan.
Okay.
It's like it's a Sky Pirate game.
Sounds good.
Sega first party. Yeah, it's called Eternal Arcadia. I think, like, the GameCube version apparently has more content than the Dreamcast version, but also the music is worse for some reason.
Okay, well, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, and people are like, we have no idea how to fix the music in the GameCube version. We're trying, like, fan hackers and stuff.
Damn.
It has, like, ship combat, but it's turn-based, but, you know. I think I'm only like 3 hours into the game, so it's not very far. But I shall see how it goes.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, otherwise, the protagonist of White Album 2 still needs to be beat with hammers.
Naturally.
He's a deeply evil man.
I see. I look forward to eventually meeting this deeply evil man. One day. All right. Well, do we have any emails?
We do.
Nice. Worrying about the podcast length. Emails. How many?
I think we have 2.
There we go. We should have stopped talking sooner.
True. This one is from... Who is it again?
What's going on?
I'm trying to see, because I can't really tell from the
email address?
Yeah.
We can always say we're not sure who this is from. We have your email address.
Yeah, just because I said that it's been a while, but I don't reckon they don't put their name isn't obvious in the email address, and also their signature at the end is E. So we'll just call them E for now.
Very sorry, E. That's, pretty cool name we're giving you. Sorry, E. We're not sure who you are. But if you have emailed us before, then good to have you back.
Yeah. Subject line: Baby Dan Dan. Hey y'all. Been a long while, but I just wanted to shoot you an email and say that I've been really enjoying the pod lately and all the interesting things you've been covering. I finished up all the Ultraman shows Zatiga about a year ago, so I was taking a break until you caught up with me. It seemed like a good time to take a break. However, y'all kept things fresh and unexpected with Andrew Mellis and now Gridman. I have to admit, I know nothing about Gridman, so when the title of the episode showed up, I was like, what? But after seeing the first episode and noting, okay, punching, fist growing transformation, color timer, they got an Ippei, yep, this is an Ultraman. So thanks for putting that on my radar, and I've really enjoyed it.
Can you send me a message just me that's the email address for this account.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I know who this is.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. Never mind. Please continue.
Yeah, so thanks for bringing us to Radar. I'm really enjoying it so far. Also really enjoyed the last few Dieter Corey episodes. Golden Kamuy is an all-timer manga for me now. I would say it's the best manga I could never recommend to anyone I know because, well, you get it. Huh?
Uh-huh. Oh, there's a lot of just... I'm imagining recommending Golden Kamuy to someone and not prefacing with, like, by the way, there are just a lot of dicks in this manga.
Yeah.
There will just be jokes about, like, guy turns right and accidentally hits someone else in the head with his dick.
Yeah. But y'all really killed it with that season, including the historical research. I did kill myself doing that research, thank you.
Never again.
I'd really like some more manga coverage if you guys find another one worth talking about. I mean, I won't say no, but it's not like we have any specific plans at the moment.
That one was, like, significant.
Also, I can't imagine us covering a manga with as much, like, historical research.
No. I off the top of my head, I can't think of one that would support that.
Like, maybe if...
like even as Golden Kamuy...
Wings of Orpheus or whatever, the... Is that the one? Or Gate of Orpheus? Whatever the...
I don't know what this is.
That's the one that's like the... Hold on, wait a second. Window Orpheus. The Ryoko Ikeda manga about the Russian Revolution.
Oh, right. Damn. I'd love to know what, like, weird liberal opinion she comes to at the end about about that revolution. While simultaneously going, like, shoujo manga mode about Lenin.
I want to know what she does to Stalin.
Oh, the sant justification of Stalin.
Joey Steele.
Joey Steele. Man. Yeah, like, even as Golden Kamuy, like, reached kind of extremely, like, conclusions that we right at the end that we felt like were simultaneously kind of like, yeah, a little bit inevitable maybe, but also like disappointing in various ways. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would support the level of discussion we had about Golden Kamuy.
Yeah. Also, I think, like, you know, in terms of, like, other things I have in mind for Decory stuff, it's more like movies and TV shows. So
we won't rule out manga.
Yeah. We're not running out, but also we have no, like, it's not like we have, like, firm plans for, like, the next 3 years of Decory or anything. Because like that's not how we do things.
Decory is very much in, like, a sort of, like, we want to talk about something. Like Brad a while ago mentioned, like, oh, what if we did these movies I really like? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And so we're watching those movies now.
Yeah. I have, like, a couple of,
the
like,
Kerberos saga.
I have, like, a couple of, like, toku shows I'd like to do, but I also don't know how we do them because I wanted, like, not necessarily do them the same way we did Mirror Man.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's hard work.
But maybe, like, doing it in, like, a 2-month thing helps, but I don't know. It's things to think about for the future.
I mean, it's sort of like on this end of the conversation, everyone, me included, wants to be like, yeah, like 2 months, that's like a big lead up.
And then actually
you do it all the week before.
Yes. So it's hard to know what, like, a right balance of episodes is. Like, you know. Like, it is tough, but like the balance of like 8 episodes of Code Geass is still okay because like monthly.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I was like, 12 episodes a month is too much, and 6 episodes a month is like too short. In my view.
I also think your discussion style on those podcasts is sensible for that level of batching, where you just kind of like summarize like the whole stretch of episodes.
Yeah, I mean, the last one we did that you haven't got to yet, we did do episode by episode, and I think I might not do that. Well, I don't know. We're kind of like experimenting because previously we did like movies, and now we're experimenting with a show. So.
Fair play.
Yeah, but yeah, like it definitely like the one show that I've been like hoping to be able to get to eventually that I don't know when is like the Three Kingdoms Toku show. That's the one I'd like to do. But
right.
But we'll figure it out. We still got some stuff even after the Kerber saga lined up. That
yeah, and truly, I think the thing about Detour Quarry is we will be seeing lots of movies because that's going to be so easy.
Yeah,
that's just going to be like, let's watch a movie and then talk about it.
Yeah, like very simple. If in the off chance we have like nothing lined up, we could just be like, well, I got a movie idea.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that the email?
No.
Oh no, go for it.
Speaking of Jitakori movies, Kerberos Movies is the current Jitakori is also a good choice. Red Spectacle is crazy good and completely unexpected. To be honest, not so hot in the next two, but I am keeping an open mind and looking forward to hearing what Brad has to say about them. Also, since you
okay, we'll tell him. We'll let him know.
Brad will listen to this episode.
I know. I'm joking.
Also, since you asked in a prior episode, I'm definitely a fan of Ultraman Kids and found it unexpectedly fun. Like that you covered it because I wasn't sure you would. I like the ending.
2 people. We've got 2 people.
Yeah. we're single-handedly pushing the Ultraman Kids agenda. And also, we are a comprehensive podcast, so of course, if it is subtitled, I will push to watch in some capacity. I like the ending. I thought it was sort of like, I don't know, postmodern ending, where it wasn't say up a new season, but rather saying this was a story of searching for mom and not finding mom. Even if she would be there in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that kills me.
Like that's the thing that really makes it like kind of makes it baffling and kills it a bit is like not that he definitively is in no position to actually find his mom, but the fact that like if the camera kept rolling for another like 5 minutes, she would be on screen.
Yeah. I would fully accept any alternative.
Anyway, they said that's perhaps a different lens to view it. I found it interesting and thought-provoking choice, or maybe it was just a set for a second season and I'm wrong. Finally, I was recently in Japan and made my way down to Ultraman Street and the statue. I didn't know about Ultraman Street or the statue.
I did. No, I did. I'm lying.
While on that detour, I was listening to Ultra Q. I can't prove it because I was solo, but here's a picture of the statue, and you'll just have to take a word that I was listening to. I'll talk about Ultraman Kids at the time. Here's the image.
There he is.
Yeah.
That's Ultraman. With his thigh highs.
He's magnanimous.
Magnanimous.
In
his love for us.
Anyway, keep up the good work. Looking forward to years more of the pod and listening to your commentary on Ultraman, especially non-Ultraman things as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sorry we couldn't remember who you were, E. Maybe you could remind us. Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email. We got have another email?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Our good friend Mothra Fanboy is back.
Welcome back, Mothra Fanboy.
Episode 4 through 6 of Gridman were alright. I didn't really dislike any of them, but none of them were that remarkable. Episode 4 was probably the weakest of the batch. The whole car plot was pretty repetitive, but it was nice seeing a cameo from Hyatt as actor. Episode 5 was definitely the best one this week. The lack of food is just treatment. The lack of food is treated like a genuine problem, and it was like this episode that made me realize how much I like Takeshi as a character and as a villain in the show. I think it's neat that he's working for Condage and he barely knows it. Episode 6 was... I guess that's a good point. Like, I think Takeshi thinks he has more agency than he actually does.
That sounds correct. Definitely.
Like, he probably thinks of them as, like, maybe this guy's helping me get my justice on the world.
Well, we can also tie this into that little thing I mentioned about the indignity of anger at the start of episode 6. He's like, well, anger is like something that I express rather than something that has control over him.
Yeah.
And makes him look like an idiot.
Yeah. Like he doesn't see himself as a puppet for Condage. For at best, he's like, oh yeah, he's my partner, I guess.
Colleague, co-worker, nakama. Fuck you, Sasuke.
Fuck you, Gridman.
Ore.
Have I ever told you about the YouTube channel that's like got like the Ultraman OPs?
No.
And it's just like, let me get the
Cydrix's secret account.
No. Oh wait, let me just. This for show we're not getting to for a long time because mid-aughts, but Ultraman Mebius.
Uru Toraman Mebiusu. Okay, with in brackets Ultraman Mebius opening. You spell out the katakana. What are you doing?
It's like when people call the movie House Hausu.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, Hausu.
Ringu.
Some people, I think there's some people who call like Toei Spider-Man Supaida-Man, and it's like, okay.
They do. They absolutely do. Supaida-Man.
Continue email.
There was an Ina on Blue Sky posted, I don't know, a while ago now, a couple of months or something, about how Sakura Taisen is a way better title than Sakura Wars. And I thought about this for a second, and I said, that's correct. That's absolutely correct. Because if you're saying Sakura, like anywhere close to if you have any knowledge of like Japanese pronunciation, the word war, hitting that's such an ancient Germanic W to hit right after the word Sakura. It just feels wrong in the mouth. There's just thought the confluence of languages in translated Japanese media.
Thinking of how the Precure season called Maho Sky Precure. The official English name that Toei gave was Witchy Precure.
Witchy Precure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Or also Maho Girls, for some reason. I don't know. Toei's
Okay.
weird with names, especially for shows that aren't actually localized.
The thing is, I can understand not wanting to call, there is some way that I can understand not wanting to call it Magical Girl Precure, because that's the genre.
Yeah.
You can't call, and you know, it is distinct. It is witch precure, kind of. Yes. They are witches, right?
Yeah. This is the witch season.
The witch themed season. What an interesting season to have of a magical girl show.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, the genre kind of started as witch shows before becoming something else.
Exactly.
But also there are still witch stuff. That's why Yumeneko is a magical girls thing.
Right, yes. The witches.
I mean, you've seen Lionel Delha's outfit.
I saw that fucking outfit. That's a magical girl outfit. Give her a transformation sequence.
Yeah. Episode 6 was a bit silly. Genuinely, who gets mad at piano music? That was such a nice piece. I'm looking forward to seeing if Unison plays more of a role in the series going forward.
I just think I think you're not getting you're not getting that he's playing evil chords.
Yeah, he's playing Drake.
He's playing evil music for evil people.
I also realized that
not like the melody of the Gridman theme, which is purifying, healing music for good people.
I've also realized the subs are not great, at least the ones I'm using, which is unfortunately the ones we're going to be stuck with for most of the show.
Okay. Well, we'll manage.
They say that when episode 6 is a typo that says access flush.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Question time. What do you think the phrase baby Dan Dan means?
This is a show about Moroboshi Dan's childhood. So you know how there was that manga that you talked about how the land of light is Earth in like trillions of years or something.
Yeah, Prometheus,
that's the one. Maybe the coolest. We need to bring that up more often. Like it's just a real fact, established canon.
It's like the one
we really do.
Thing that we enjoyed from our Mellows coverage.
It was so stupid. I loved it so much. Everything makes sense that way. And so this is Dan's childhood because he then becomes Ultra 7 as society progresses into the land of light. So this is the show about Gridman and baby Dan Dan.
I wonder if Dan's actor will even show up in the show. I mean, Hayato just did a guest appearance, but that doesn't mean anyone else will.
Dan's actor is the only guy so far who's been like cast in a show and then said, I think I should just be my old character again.
Yes. Though in that case it was mostly because he was like being recast as a main character.
Uh-huh.
As opposed to just like having a bit appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember the last time Hayato showed up was in the...
It was in some one-off episode.
He was the like... Alien Magma Bird episode.
It was... Oh my... Leo. Ultraman. Leo.
And next month we'll get... Deo. There's some fun Leoisms in the premise, but we'll get to that when the show actually airs.
Okay. Is there any more to this email?
Yeah, they're just saying that they're still, thank you for the show, the podcast, enjoying the show. See you next week again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your email.
Yeah.
All right. Plugs. If you want to find us online, you can find us. We are still on Twitter, at ultra_QUEUE. We're also on Blue Sky, where we are at ultra_QUEUE. No underscores on Blue Sky. My name is Red. You can find me on Blue Sky. I don't know why I said my name is Red. I mixed the intro and outro. Yeah. I don't know. It's hot in here. You can find me on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. Mel, your plugs.
Yeah, so first of all, because we forgot to mention last week, we're about 3 weeks away from the next Detour Quarry on the second Kerberos movie.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
Stray Dog.
Yeah.
Not like...
The Kurosawa one.
Yeah, the other one.
We were going to record yesterday, but then things didn't work out, so we're going to record tomorrow. There's going to be another Code Geass pod in the coming week.
All right.
Damn, season 1 sure ends in a spot.
Code Geass.
Code Geass. What a fucking show. I immediately knew which episode you two were talking about behind my back about when I got to it.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Why did he say that?
Yeah, that's yeah. Are you stupid?
Is he stupid? Yes. Well, let's say I were to say something insane like this.
Also,
anyway,
guested on a podcast that coming out this week. Shane and Sangha, who I did the Orgus pods with.
Oh yeah.
I guested on their podcast We Could Be Watching, which is ostensibly about Stargate, but isn't usually about Stargate.
I see.
I don't know if you know the conceit of the podcast.
I remember when they announced it, I wasn't quite sure what they meant by in the description of what the podcast was. My main memory was you mentioning, well, clearly I have to watch Stargate instead of Star Trek, and I immediately posted Mel, I swear to God, in the chat.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not quite sure what the premise is.
I mean, it's basically like they're like, oh, I never finished Stargate. Neither of us finished Stargate, so we should do a podcast to go through Stargate. But also, we've watched enough Stargate that we don't want to rewatch it if the episode is mid, and so we're gonna watch something else instead and see if we're gonna watch Stargate next week.
Oh my God.
And so mostly
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so mostly they've been watching Lex.
Okay.
But also, so like Lex is their quote unquote backup show to Stargate, but because they're not watching Stargate usually, they're watching a backup show. And for the past one that I was guesting on, they did Ultra and Great, so they had me on for that. To watch a few episodes of that, so that was fun. I got to share Jack Shindo and Stanley Haggard.
Hell yeah. Man. Arthur Grant.
I told them, hey, watch episode 1, 3, 5, and 10. And again, 4 is like an honorable mention. So they did that as well.
Oh, Lex is the show that some YouTube video has been trying to get me to watch or something. Or has been trying to... Some YouTube video has been like, oh, you should please watch this YouTube video. It's about Lex recently. This like French?
It's Canadian, but it's not French.
German. Canadian and German co-production. There we go.
It wasn't very good, the one episode I watched for the podcast.
I see.
But Ultra and Great's good. Also, the fact that Sangha is Australian means he has more insights into things that we may have missed. So that was fun.
I see. Did he get to see the kaiju bogan?
Yes, we talked about that.
There we go.
He also did some fun editorializing of his own that you may enjoy if you listen to it. Specifically, always putting verbatim the color timer narration in the summary.
That's so good. I won't be stealing that bit, but that's a really good bit.
It took me like 3 episodes until I realized what he was doing.
That's excellent.
It's good. I think that podcast went really good. So go listen to that. It was fun.
Yeah.
And,
nice.
Ultra Great is better than Orgus.
You're such an active podcaster.
I don't intend to be.
It just happens.
Like, technically speaking, like, I'm in an Umineko book club, that's why I'm reading it, and, like, you can go to YouTube and listen to those book club discussions.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Which, by the way, that's at Bob Vids Gaming, just for, because I plugged it, so you may as well go for it, but yeah.
Oh, it's a Bob Vids thing?
Yeah.
Oh, Okay.
Everyone there's really nice and chill.
Nice.
I didn't know about Bob Vids until I found the Higurashi book club he did in 2023.
Oh, I see.
And then I was like, all right, I guess I'll join the server for when they do eventually do Yu and Echo, and it ended up being 3 years. But it's been nice.
I didn't know he did that. I knew him from back in the day when it was him and Sean leading the charge on convincing everyone that CinemaSins was the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I think like for my contacts is like basically people in his community managed to get him to do the Higurashi book club because it was like, oh yeah, Ryushiki is doing Silent Hill F, and I'm a big Silent Hill fan, so
okay,
was the context. And yeah,
nice.
It's been cool.
Wow. Oh, Brad is at BeInvoke.
Yeah.
Anywhere and everywhere on YouTube. And currently at Combo Breaker. Looking like a gamer.
Yeah.
That's a podcast.
It is.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Next week, 3 more episodes of Gridman. See you then. Goodbye.
Later.